Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever closed your eyes and allowed yourself to truly dream? Not just the kind of dreaming that feels safe or reasonable, but the type of dreaming that leaves you breathless, the kind that scares you just a little bit. That's what it means to dream big. But here's the truth, dreaming big is only the first step. The real magic happens when you choose to act bigger. Big dreams have a gravitational pull. They tug at our hearts and stir our souls, but they also bring along a companion fear. Fear whispers, what if you fail, or who are you to think you can achieve this? And this is where many of us stop. But let me tell you something, greatness doesn't come from playing small. It comes from having the courage to act boldly in the face of uncertainty. Dreaming big is an act of vulnerability. It requires you to open yourself up to the possibility of something greater, something beyond your current reality. This process is inherently courageous because it often means admitting to yourself and others that you want something more, even when that desire feels intimidating or out of reach. To dream big is to step into the unknown, to envision a future that might feel uncertain or unrealistic, and to hold on to that vision even when others might not see its potential. This vulnerability is powerful because it creates space for possibility and growth. Without it, we stay confined to what feels safe, never daring to reach for what we truly want. Acting bigger, on the other hand, is about putting that vision into motion. It's the practical, sometimes messy work of turning a dream into reality. And this requires courage of a different kind. It's not just about imagining what could be. It's about taking risks, facing challenges, and stepping into discomfort to make it happen. Courage in action means showing up even when you're unsure, even when the odds feel stacked against you. It's about trusting that every step forward, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goal. Both dreaming big and acting bigger require you to confront fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being enough, all of these can feel paralyzing. But here's the secret, fear isn't the enemy. In fact, fear often signals that you're on the right path because it shows you care deeply about what you're pursuing. The key is not to let fear dictate your actions. Instead, you must learn to navigate it, to acknowledge its presence without letting it take control. This is where vulnerability and courage work hand in hand. Vulnerability allows you to recognize your fears and doubts, while courage pushes you to move forward, despite them. Growth happens in the space between vulnerability and courage. When you allow yourself to dream big, you expand your sense of what's possible. When you act bigger, you begin to close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Each step you take builds confidence and resilience, teaching you that you're capable of more than you initially believed. Over time, this process transforms not only your dreams, but also your sense of self. You begin to see yourself as someone who dares greatly, who isn't afraid to take bold action, and who is willing to face challenges head-on. This combination of vulnerability and courage is what sets truly extraordinary individuals apart. They don't just dream, they dare to act. They don't let fear hold them back, they use it as a compass, guiding them toward growth. And they don't wait for perfect circumstances, they start where they are with what they have, and they keep moving forward. To dream big and act bigger is to live a life of purpose, one that not only fulfills you, but also inspires those around you. It's a powerful way to create change and to leave a lasting impact. Dreaming big is an essential first step, but without action, dreams remain intangible. Transforming a vision into reality requires a deliberate and consistent effort, rooted in the understanding that progress is built one step at a time. The transition from vision to action is where true growth begins. It's easy to get caught up in the allure of dreaming, envisioning an ideal future that inspires you, but the challenge lies in bridging the gap between what you imagine and what you do. This is the defining difference between wishful thinking and purposeful living. Every significant achievement starts with a single small step forward. Grand visions might feel overwhelming when viewed as a whole, but breaking them down into manageable pieces creates a path forward. This approach ensures that action feels accessible and achievable rather than intimidating. For instance, if your dream is to write a book, the vision might seem daunting at first, but the process begins with writing one sentence, one paragraph, one page at a time. These seemingly small actions compound over time, gradually turning what once seemed impossible into reality. Consistency is key in this journey. While dreaming big provides direction, taking action consistently builds momentum. Dreams don't come to life through sporadic efforts, they require sustained energy, focus, and commitment. Even when progress feels slow or setbacks occur, showing up and doing the work every day moves you closer to your goal. It's important to recognize that growth often happens incrementally, not in giant leaps. The effort you invest today may not yield immediate results, but over time, those efforts accumulate into something remarkable. Acting bigger also requires a mindset shift. It involves moving beyond passive hope and stepping into active responsibility for your dreams. This means letting go of excuses and reframing challenges as opportunities to learn and adapt. The process is rarely linear, and obstacles are inevitable, but how you respond to these challenges determines the trajectory of your journey. Those who succeed in turning their dreams into reality are not necessarily the most talented or fortunate, but the ones who persist despite difficulties. Another critical aspect of moving from vision to action is adaptability. As you take steps toward your goals, you may discover that your initial plans need adjustment. Dreams evolve as you grow, and being open to refining your approach ensures that your actions remain aligned with your purpose. Flexibility doesn't mean abandoning your vision, it means finding the best path to achieve it while staying true to your core values and aspirations. The journey from vision to action is about embracing the process. It's about understanding that the path to achieving your dreams is often as transformative as the destination itself. Along the way, you learn discipline, resilience, and self-belief qualities that not only help you realize your vision, but also empower you to dream even bigger. Each action you take brings you closer to the life you've imagined, proving that big dreams are not just for the extraordinary, they are for anyone willing to act with purpose and determination. Fear of failure is one of the most significant barriers to achieving big dreams and taking bold actions. It's a universal experience, one that often keeps people from pursuing their goals or taking risks that could lead to growth. The fear of falling short, making mistakes, or facing judgment can feel paralyzing. Yet the truth is that failure is not the opposite of success. It is an essential part of the journey. Embracing this mindset is key to overcoming the fear that holds so many back and unlocking the courage to act boldly. At its core, the fear of failure stems from the desire to protect oneself from discomfort or vulnerability. It's natural to want to avoid situations that might expose weaknesses or invite criticism. However, the most successful people in any field understand that failure is not something to be avoided at all costs. It is something to be learned from. Every setback carries valuable lessons, teaching resilience, adaptability, and the importance of perseverance. In fact, many of the world's most celebrated innovators and leaders attribute their successes to the insights they gained from their failures. Taking bold action means accepting the possibility of failure as part of the process. This requires a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing failure as a reflection of your abilities or worth, it can be reframed as a stepping stone toward growth. Each misstep provides an opportunity to learn something new about yourself, your strategies, or the environment you're working in. It's not about avoiding mistakes, it's about using them as fuel to refine your approach and move forward more effectively. One of the most powerful ways to overcome the fear of failure is to cultivate a mindset of experimentation. When you treat your actions as experiments rather than definitive measures of success or failure, the stakes feel less intimidating. An experiment implies that you are gathering information, testing ideas, and exploring possibilities. If something doesn't work out as planned, it's not a failure, it's data that helps you improve. This mindset encourages curiosity and reduces the pressure to be perfect, making it easier to take risks and innovate. Another critical aspect of overcoming the fear of failure is developing resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after setbacks, maintaining focus and determination even in the face of challenges. Building resilience involves nurturing a strong sense of self-worth that isn't tied to external outcomes. It's about recognizing that your value as a person is not determined by your successes or failures, but by your willingness to keep striving and learning. Finally, surrounding yourself with a supportive community can make a significant difference. Sharing your fears, challenges, and victories with others who understand and encourage you can provide the motivation to keep going. Knowing that you're not alone in your struggles makes the journey feel less daunting. Overcoming the fear of failure isn't about eliminating fear altogether, it's about moving forward despite it. It's about understanding that failure is a necessary and valuable part of achieving greatness. When you embrace failure as a teacher, you empower yourself to dream bigger, act bolder, and achieve more than you ever thought possible.